This is an example of a travel graph. We've got time in hours along the bottom of this graph, and we have the distance from Corfe Castle in kilometres up the graph. Corfe Castle is a place, and this is saying that Jennifer is walking from Corfe Castle to Wareham Forest and then returns to Corfe Castle. Let's have a look at what's happening here. This is Jennifer's walk. She walks. A flat bit means she stops walking, she has a rest. She keeps walking. Now she never gets any further than this, so at this point here she must have reached Wareham Forest, where she stops for a bit, and then she comes back again. Down her line means you're coming back again to the start, so she's back to Corfe Castle again. So if we look at the questions we've got to answer. At what time did Jennifer leave Corfe Castle? Well, that is here. This is the start of the journey. I'm going to zoom in on this. Between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 little squares. So 10 squares equals 60 minutes, because that's 1 hour from there to there. That means that every one little square must be worth 6 minutes. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares before she gets started. That's 6 lots of 6 minutes. 6 sixes are 36. So that time there must be 36 minutes after 9 o'clock. Must be 9:36. So just go through that bit again. There were 10 squares between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So 10 squares was worth 60 minutes. Well, that meant 1 square was worth 6 minutes. That's just by dividing by 10. Well, there were 6 squares before she started. So that's 6 lots of 6 minutes. 6 lots of 6 minutes, 36 minutes. So 9:36 is the time that she left Corfe Castle. It then says, how far from Wareham Forest did Jennifer make her first stop? Well, her first stop is here. So the obvious answer, if you just look at it, the distance is 5 kilometres. But that 5 is 5 kilometres from the start. And the start is Corfe Castle. Corfe Castle is at this level. Wareham Forest is up at this level here. And the question asked how far she was from Wareham Forest when she stopped. So what we've got to do, if Wareham Forest is at this level here, we've got to find out what that distance there is. How far the stop is from Wareham Forest. Well, the stop is at the number 5 kilometres. Wareham Forest, if we zoom in here, we need to work out where this line is here. Well, that's 10. I'll go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So Wareham there is at 12 kilometres away. So how far from Wareham Forest? From 5 kilometres to 12 kilometres. That's a distance of 7 kilometres. So that's the answer for part B. It was 7 kilometres from Wareham Forest. It was 5 from Corfe, but 7 from Wareham. Part C. Jennifer had a lunch at Wareham Forest. How many minutes did she stop for lunch? Well, we've already worked out that each square is worth 6 minutes. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 squares. So it is 15 lots of 6 minutes. 1 15 is 15, 2 15s are 30, keep adding 15s, 3 15s, 4 15s, 5 15s, 6 15s is 90, so 90 minutes. And if you look at it here as well, what time was that? If I come down here, that was 12:30 by the look of it. And this time here, when she started again, come down here, that's at 1400. Now that's the same as 2 o'clock, and from 12:30 to 2 o'clock that is an hour and a half. So we could have worked it out that way as well. Then it says, at what average speed did Jennifer walk back from Wareham Forest to Corfe Castle? Going from Wareham Forest to the castle, that is this part of the journey here. So we're interested in this part of the journey here. And speed is always distance divided by time. And the distance she walked from 12 kilometres away back to the start, well, that's 12 kilometres. The time she took, well, she left Wareham at 1400, which is the same as 2 p.m. She got back to Corfe Castle at 1700, that's the same as 5 p.m. That's 1, 2, 3 hours. So the time is 3 hours. So if I do 12 divided by 3, that's 4. And I've done kilometres divided by hours. So that'll be 4 kilometres per hour.